Well, thank you so much for staying with us. I have Dale Click with me today, the president of the Stark County Fair Board. And Dale and I are talking about what's going on at the fair, if you've missed the first part of the show. And so, Dale, we got through Thursday, really, with Low Cash and Mason Ramsey, that cute little kid. He's, I've been talking to some children, and they were like, I don't recognize the name. And then I'll say, the yodeling kid on YouTube. And they're like, oh my gosh, I got to come see him.
He has a bunch of followers. People love that
really does. So I think that's going to be great. But then on Friday, a tried and true tradition, the tractor pulls.
It wouldn't be a county fair if you didn't have truck and tractor pulls, and people will come out to watch them. The truck and tractor pulls are always fun. This year it's going to be a little bit different for us. We're going with the NTPA. For both polls, I think they're going to deliver a fantastic show for us. A little bit more, the N in NTPA stands for national. So we're going to have people. I talked to one of the other board members last night, Danny Schmucker from Louisville, and he has some pulling rigs that he pulls. But we have guys coming from Canada.
Oh my gosh!
So we're going to have people from Canada. I think there's a couple coming from Iowa. So we are going to have one of the better, if not the best, display that you're going to see at a county fair anywhere in Ohio.
That's going to be great, and that is Friday night in the grandstands and Saturday night in the grandstands.
Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday morning we actually have kind of a local flavor. We have you can bring your farm stock tractors and you can hook those up and pull them, and that's a free show.
Right.
So if any farmers are out there and you want to see how tough and how strong your tractor is, bring it out and sign it up, and we'll put it on the track and you can pull it.
That'll be fun. And then Sunday night is a great event for Stark County. We are some rednecks. We gotta love our
crazy.
demolition derbies.
When we go to the state conventions, there's times I'll talk to people and they'll go, "Yeah, we tried a demolition derby, and man, we just lost crazy money. We couldn't make it work." And I always look at them and go, well, I don't know what that's like, because our demolition derby, if you don't have tickets, you better buy tickets now, because I promise you Sunday night will be sold out at capacity for our demolition derby.
Right.
And you can go online at www.starcountyfair.com and buy your tickets. There's a link you can just click and buy. So we have a demo derby on Sunday and on Monday. The big one being Sunday night. And then we have, I think, 5 classes Monday. But Sunday night will be an electrifying entertainment. It will be an electrifying atmosphere, and it will be a whole lot of fun, I promise.
Right. And I have to, put a little plug in for the Grange building. We have some new exciting things in there. We have our new kitchen, and we have cooking demonstrations this year. So we're excited about that one, too.
I am really excited to see what goes on in that Grange building, not only for this year, but for next year and in the future as well, because, we've never had anything like that. So fixing that building up, adding the kitchen in there, there's going to be cooking demonstrations, and hopefully in the future we're going to be having cook-offs.
Right.
And I don't know if anybody knows this, but I have been known to win a contest or two for a pie baking. So maybe I could sneak in there and show you guys how to bake a pie.
Exactly. Maybe we will, we're going to put you to the test there.
Sure.
Yeah. And, this year we know that the kitchen isn't going to be completely complete because we were so blessed with getting donations. And so Wendy Hill donated all of our cabinets. The contractor,
Weston and Associates from Navarre,
they installed it all for us.
It's really cool to see. And it's heartwarming to see that the fair still matters, because when we call and talk to sponsors, more often than not, people are just willing to help. And, a big donation from Wendy Hill Hardwoods, and then Weston Associates built the whole thing.
Right.
You have someone coming in to do the floor.
Right.
That name is fleeting me right now.
Exactly. That's Fair Trade Jobs. And then, just all the work with other people. Someone else did the subfloor for us, those kind of things. It's just been wonderful. And so there's going to be, of course, all of the competition in there. And there will be auctions for the baked goods on Tuesday and Wednesday night. And then you should pick up a trifold, because then you'll know when all of the cooking demonstrations are. So we've talked about all these things in the grandstands, in the Grange building. The Farm Bureau building is going to be great. The Art Hall has just been fabulous. They have so many entries this year.
Stuff in
what
last night.
A blessing that has been.
One of the things I'm really proud of, Tim Ross really has worked hard, and so has Jill Sterling with the Operation Fostering Freedom, where we honor our veterans. And he made an announcement last night, and I might screw this up, Cindy, but I think there was a local quilting club that dropped off 40 quilts to be given away to this year we're honoring Vietnam veterans on Labor Day. and that is Veterans Day at the fair. So if you are a veteran or if you have a military ID, if you're active military, you get into the fair for free. And last year it was just a really, really cool event to see all of those people come to the fair. And really, it's rare in today's society that we really just honor our veterans in a way that I think is suitable. And
exactly.
So I'm excited for this year, and it's going to be bigger and it's going to be better. I don't have a full count on how many quilts, but he said that there was that group.
They were still coming
40, and I know that the local 4-H clubs, I know my daughter's 4-H clubs, I think they did 10 themselves.
Right. I think he said over.
Quilts, they did fleece blankets and things like that.
Right.
So,
but it would
be a really cool display to come see.
Yeah, I think he said over 100 from 4-H clubs blankets had been donated. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But the fair is all about the kids. So the last, 6 minutes of our show, I would really like to talk about junior fair. How important this is. We've talked about all this fun stuff for everyone, but, it is all about the kids. And your kids are involved in 4-H. And so I think some people don't realize, what is the process from when this child gets their calf or their goat? When do they get it? And what is a little bit of that process, till they get it to the fair, and that heart-wrenching evening when they sell it and then when they have to load it?
Yeah. So, the fair, probably the reason I'm as involved in the fair as I am is because of my daughters and because of the experience I had when I was a kid in 4-H. So to kind of just talk you through that, and I'll only talk about kind of the projects that my daughters are involved in because I have firsthand experience in that. 2 of my daughters are showing dairy beef feeders, so they get those calves. I think Isla's calf we got when it was 2 days old from a local dairy farmer. Anna's were about a week old when we got those, and she wrote me into driving to Findlay to get Ayrshire calves, which it was fun.
And when was this? About what month?
So we would have picked those up in early January, I believe. And so involved with those is bottle feeding. I mean, 3 times a day, going out and bottle feeding the calves. And, it's before school. They are going out and bottle feeding their calves. It's me coming home from work to bottle feed a calf, and then before they go to bed to bottle feed a calf. It's in those calves. I have a picture that I shared on Facebook. It was New Year's Eve, and we had watched the ball drop, and we got home. And we had to go bottle feed the calves. So, it's kind of like the milking lifestyle. You're going to be married to those cows, 365 days out of the year. So, it's bottle feeding them, weaning them off of the bottle, getting them onto, a solid grain. Obviously feeding them throughout the year, grooming them, walking them miles and miles and miles so that they're tame and you can my one daughter, we just had it up at Progressive Chevrolet the other day for a little takeover event at Progressive Chevrolet. And we had it walking around brand new cars.
Right.
So, that it's really an involved process. My other daughter is taking goats. We got the goats, I think they were a week old. And it was bitter cold outside. They stayed in our basement.
Right.
So we were bottle feeding baby goats in the basement. So when people tell you that you're going to live the fair experience, you will live the fair experience. And the crazy things is when you wake up in the middle of the night and you hear goats baaing in the basement because they're hungry, you got to go feed them.
Right.
So we have since moved them out of the basement, just so you know.
Just to let everyone know you don't live with the goats, right?
Yeah, and then we have between my daughters, my nieces, my nephews, we had about 19 pigs at our house this year. They went and picked those up, and if you drive by my house at any one time, there was an auction at the property next to us, and people were driving, and I think they thought we were crazy. At one time, I had my 3 daughters, my 2 nieces, and my niece and my nephew out in the yard walking pigs around our yard. And the people showed up, and you could just tell they were kind of looking over, going, "Why are those crazy people walking pigs in the yard?" So, it is something that's going to encompass. It's going to encompass what the kids do and what your family does, and I think that's what builds such a love for the fair. Is if it was easy and you could just go pick up a pig and have it for a week and take it to the fair, no one would care.
Right.
The harder you work for things, the more you care about them. And then there is that doomsday coming on Monday when these are market animals. They're going to be loaded up. They're going to be taken to a local processor. And unfortunately, that's part of our food chain. That is part of what we do. And I think a lot of people look at that and say, "Oh, that's so sad," and it is. But that is probably the biggest part of the learning experience of this is where our food comes from, and this is what we do.
Exactly.
So, but they're usually sad until they get their checks from selling their animals, and then they're ready to jump back in and go next year.
Go get the new
it's a
one.
great experience, and I couldn't be happier to be part of it.
And they have shows every day of the fair, and then the auctions to sell their animals are like 3 nights of the fair. They have it broke up now because it used to be like a lot on Wednesday night, and it went forever. It went forever. We'd be there at 1 o'clock in the morning still auctioning off those last dairy feeders. So they broke that up. So we have like 3 different days of auctions and like 5 days of showing.
Right.
So it's very, very exciting for everyone. We do have trifold folders for you to pick up multiple places. You can stop out at our store, at the fairgrounds. I'm sure there's some at Progressive. They're all over. So if you want to know every single detail of everything that's going on, you can find that out. Or if you really need to know something, give us a call and we'll take a picture of it and send it to you. So make sure that you have it. And then I'm sure everything is online too, so everything is there. Don't forget, give the website again so that they can buy any tickets online.
So it's real simple. All you do is go to www.starkcountyfair.com. There is a little ticket at the top. You click on that icon. It's a buy tickets, and it'll take you right to the link, and then you can select the shows that you want to buy tickets to. We also do a great job of on Facebook of make sure that we have constant posts out there, and that will pick up as we get closer to the fair to make sure that we have schedules online and things like that. And we're mobile friendly, so if you're on your phone, not if you're driving, but if you're at a stoplight right now, buy your tickets. Hurry up, buy your tickets.
Hurry up and buy your tickets. Right. Well, we want to thank all of you for being with us. Thanks, Dale, for being with us today and talking. Fair starts on Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, 8 a.m. Public is welcome to come into the fair. There will be an official opening ceremony that will take place at 4 p.m., and that's in the pavilion.
That is in the grandstand.
That's going to be in the grandstand. Okay. And so that will take place, and that'll be just prior to when the band show starts. So all of that, there's just things going on the entire week. Please come out. Come look me up in the Grange building or in the Farm Bureau building. I'm sure I'll be in one place or the other. Dale will be all over the fairgrounds.
If you see me, please say hi.
Yeah, and we'll all have our fair board shirts on.
Or a name tag.
Or a name tag that says that we're a director. So please stop out and see us at the fair. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a blessed week. We'll catch you up next week. Have a great week.